Hate to say it to ya, hate to break it to ya, but we ain't gon' make it cause this just ain't no true love. Yeah, we started out as friends, parked out in my Benz, and on my windows 10, so we start to get it in.
Welcome to another episode of the LEZ Factor. Thank you for joining us on seasons 1 and 2, and we're glad to bring it to you again in season 3. So as per usual, our cast member regular, Stacy, business partner. We have Aisha, owner of the 9th Chapter Barbershop in the Fairfax District. We have Kenya, she's a behavioral specialist, and our favorite Dominican lesbian on set.
Yeah.
We have Brandy Kane. If you've noticed, we have an intro song that is her music you're listening to. She is a LA legend, MC, rapper, and entrepreneur. We have Savannah, who is a model and actress. And we have Uzo, who is the owner of the shop we're sitting in right now, Stuzo Clothing. So check them out on Washington Boulevard in Los Angeles. And I'm, as always, your host, Erin Mitchell. So let's get in it. So, question from Danny. Danny asks, why are studs so fixated on highly attractive women? Listen, everybody wants attractive women.
That's an easy question.
But she feels like, you know, if, I don't know, some people, you know, don't fit like that, you know, L word or, you know, whatever, you know, stereotype, then, you know, she feels, I guess, unwanted. So do you feel that studs are more attracted to highly attractive females, Stacey?
I think that's all perception, though.
I've seen a lot of studs who date what I would call high maintenance women. So I think that would be like the highly attractive part. I'm really into simple, so pretty, but they don't have to be dolled up, makeup, heels every day. I'd actually be very annoyed about that.
She's like, I'm not the one. Aisha?
I agree with Stacey. I like an attractive woman. But yeah, don't be, you know, Jessica Rabbit at all times. I like the idea that you can do it, just look good. And so why do they like fancy women? Because everybody loves fancy women. It's just...
Kenya?
I think the question is contradictory within itself. But I think we all want to have pretty women, beautiful women. It all depends on your perception of what beauty is. So for me, I want a pretty girl. It doesn't matter to me whether she's femme, beautiful is stud, beautiful is futch, beautiful is in between. Bull that
I
want to categorize it
with a passion. It sounds like a fudge, patch of grass or something. Like futch is terrible
Fudge
label.
is a blend between feminine and
That
butch.
sounds like an ice
It's a
cream.
So it's not like a hard, you know,
It's like
hard
a
butch.
southern
It's
thing.
more like a little, what is it called? Those little...
Like a stem in LA.
Yeah.
In LA, we call them stems.
stems.
In other places, they call them foot.
Foot.
Sounds like you should be on a football field or something. I don't know what that is. Brandy?
I think a fudge.
Yeah,
Why are studs so fixated on highly attractive women?
I think it's to compete with the dudes. Like, it's
Word.
you want to have a trophy. You know?
Yeah,
what
that's
I
true.
think, possibly. I don't know. And other than that, everybody just wants somebody that's everybody else wants.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I haven't
It's
seen
just an ego thing.
Right.
Kinda, you know, I think.
I haven't seen that it's like a stud or a lesbian thing. I just think it's a person thing. People just like good-looking
Yeah, 'cause
people, and
femmes
that's easy
want
on the eyes. And,
Fine stuff.
Right.
You know?
But that would be just like a straight guy wanting like a bomb female. Like I just think people like good-looking people.
Agreed.
Uzo?
I agree with what they said also, but I believe that everyone's like beautiful. Like beauty is to the person who's looking at you, you know, because what I consider beautiful, you know, Aisha may not think the same. So it's you know, I don't know. I like boyish girls, so I don't know. It's.
Do you?
That would be her partner over there?
Your wife? I'm just like a boyish, but I'm just saying. It's interesting.
I mean, it's just, you know, everyone's beautiful, you know, depending on who's looking at you. That's what I think.
Word.
Everyone is not beautiful. Because I met beautiful people with ugly mouths, and I'm just like, oh, that bitch ugly. Because her personality is ugly.
Well, that's what you're talking about character. What about, you know, aesthetic?
Yeah, just...
Yes, but your character will make me look at you
I don't know your
differently.
character when I see you walking down the street, though.
No, just
But when you ask the question of a highly attractive, then we're just thinking of
Strictly
aesthetics and, you know,
I did.
exterior.
Yeah, I
Or
think
according to whom? Yeah.
I think
It's
it's
perception.
a stereotype. I feel like everybody, like just like, you know, I'm like films like they light skin, long hair, curly hair. Ooh, I like her. Like
Right, but not
But
everybody.
bitch don't got no job and hasn't worked in 10 years. But that's the girl you going after.
Kids and
Yeah,
exactly.
Not you. Just like,
Yeah, you are
I'm
like
pointing out there to
curly
the
hair.
audience. Kenya. out there to the audience.
questions.
But yeah, I think it's just like it's like a double standard. Like
Right.
you know, it's like oh studs this, studs that. Like I don't like anything that's like categorized. Like only studs do it. It's only people do it. I agree with
Right.
everybody else. Like it's not like we're solo.
It's about the individual for sure.
Yeah, because I've seen some people when they're like, "Oh, my partner's beautiful," and I'm like, "Where? Which this one?" So you know, it's not me in the eyes of the beholder. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
You know, so I don't know. Next question, seems like it would be geared more towards the more masculine. It says, "Would you be offended if you were mistaken for a male?"
Yeah. The funny thing is, for a very long time, I was more femme, I suppose. And then I cut my hair off, and I started I had a flat top, and then I have a really short haircut. And it was really appalling. It was really funny the first time it happened to me. I wasn't offended, I actually laughed at it because I was like, oh my God. You know, people would tell me that it happened to them, and I never really believe it. Not that I don't believe it, I just don't, I don't keep it in my mind. But this old lady was like, sir, and I was like, oh, hi. I was like, I said, no, ma'am. She said, I'm 80, so I can say whatever I want. And I was like, you know what, you got that. So I was like, no, but it was actually funny. I didn't take offense to it. I mean, as time has gone on, some people they've said it, and even after I say I'm a woman, you know, I prefer ma'am, they still say sir, and I was like, you know, I'm a woman 100%. I love being a woman. I prefer that, but then I may take offense to it when I've said what I prefer, and they still want to be a douche about it. So.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm sure you haven't. Have you ever been mistaken for a male?
I have never, but my ex-girlfriend actually has, and she gets really irritated about it because she has like a fade, like in her curl cut and stuff, and she's like, I want to grow my hair up because I'm tired of people like looking at me and saying that I'm a dude, and I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like I'm the type that will pull her shirt up and be like, look, there's titties right here, like she's a girl, and it doesn't bother me as much, but I'm not in that situation, so I couldn't tell.
Brandy?
I think it's like mixed emotions. Like it's happened with a child, it's like more like awkward. It's not annoying or I'm not mad about it. It's just a kid, so they kind of are confused by the look of the androgyny, And then I have a kind of a deep voice, so it more so happens over the phone, than in person because I don't really think I don't look like a man in the face. You know what I'm saying? So. But, it depends how they ask. I've been asked, though, by, like, maybe older adults who've been maybe foreigners, in it more of, like, a rude kind of way, where I'm like, you want to find out? You want to see? So,
Have you ever been mistaken as a male?
I actually have.
Blind.
Yes, I have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah, I've been confused So it's interesting though, because mine happens with the gay community. So like when I was younger and I had my hair braided and I put my fitted on, and if I'm going to the gym or whatever, like when I go through the village, because I grew up in New York City, then I'll get a couple of queens that think I'm a Puerto Rican cute boy. And then I'm like, no, honey, sorry. I was like, I know I'm small, and I got the braids, but no. And then it happens in the gay community, they think I'm sometimes a drag queen. Like if I'm really dramatic or like if I dress up, because my gay boys love to go out.
That's the makeup.
You gotta do it.
Super,
So you gotta be on point. That shit gotta be beat. Okay. So when I go, that's like they'll be like, "Oh, are you a tranny?" And I'm like, "No,
damn.
no."
Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing
But
swinging-
But it's never happened to me with
Just
straight
to
people ever.
Be called something that you're not,
I
whatever
didn't
it
care.
is, it doesn't right.
It doesn't bother me at all. I laugh. If they think I look like a tranny, I take that as a compliment. But the boy though,
that means I am beat.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, if it's when I was walking in the street in New York, I didn't care either. I just laughed it off. I was like, oh yeah, puppy, sure.
Okay. Aisha?
Yeah, I've been mistaken for a man a few times, and it's crazy because I might be a tomboy, but I don't think I look like a dude at all.
Right.
I mean, I had a woman like look at my ID, and I'm thinking she's looking at it because of the age on it, and she said, "Oh, this is not you. This is not you because it says you're a woman and you're a man." I gave it back. Frank and Hanks on Western. I was like, what? I was at a Rock Sugar in Century City.
But do you think she was being funny?
No, she was dead serious. I took my business card, my cards. I said, "Lady, I had such a long day. Give me my drink." And she was like, "I guess." Like she was really like, "Who cares?" Like Rock Sugar. I'm in the bathroom washing my hands. I just used the restroom. This woman walked in, saw me. She was like, "Oh Jesus!" Walked
like
out. I
scared.
could see her like looking through the little thing. Like, is it the? And I was just sitting there like, "Ma'am," like. My my eyebrows. I mean, my face.
That's what I said.
Like she goes.
That has happened to me more times than you think, and it's wild. Do I care? I don't know. A part of me cares, yes. I don't know why exactly, but it's just like, I'm not a dude. Like,
No one likes to be called anything that they're not. Whether
yeah,
it's a racial
like,
thing, a
I
sexual
hate that
thing, no one
shit.
likes
It's
that
happened
shit.
a lot. I hate it.
To touch on what you said about the bathroom, actually, this happened to me a month ago. I went to the restroom, and I literally walked in. There were two girls on the sink, and I go and I close the door to stall, and I hear some guy come in and said, "Was that a woman?" And I was like, and I literally after I came out, I was like, "Did a guy just come in and ask me if I was a guy?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Are you serious?" So I went outside and I asked the guy. I was like, "Were you asking if I was a woman?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was just like, I don't understand. I
think we
swear,
had the
I didn't even
most
look like
awkward,
this. I had a freaking skinny jeans on, and it was like
Everybody
I didn't
wears
understand
skinny
it.
jeans.
But everybody-
I don't think I look like
Everybody's
a dude.
not exposed to
I know.
Right.
to
That's
a
true.
stud,
To queerness.
or a transgender person
Right.
or any of this, you know. So some people will look at it, you know, in a naive way and really
And not
sincerely be confused, and you know, you can't. I
Fault
don't
them
get
for that.
upset with them. You know, I even if it's an adult, I treat them. They're like equivalent to the child who's confused, like you know, because
Doesn't know any
They just
better.
they just don't know.
Right.
Stacey?
I get it all the time, actually.
Really?
With all that hair?
I was gonna say, with all your hair, really?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
interesting.
even my baby, when her hair is wild
No.
like this, you know, they might say, "Oh, your son is so cute." I'm like, "Oh, she's a girl." Like, "Oh, I couldn't tell with the hair being just all wild like that." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And you know, sometimes she dresses a little, you know, the clothes that
Yeah,
I
of
her,
course.
She goes to Baby Gap and gets her own hoodie.
Right, but yeah, I get it from kids a lot, and I do have people call me sir. all the time.
Somebody actually asked me if she was they asked me if she was my son one day. I was like, great. So I look
Yeah.
that old, she looks that young, and she looks like a boy. Is that your son? He's so cute. Like the fuck?
I've gotten that several times too with people, you know, who I've been in relationships with, and they've been offended because, like you said, they probably think, okay, well, they're trying to tell me I'm old,
Right,
You know,
right.
so but I don't get offended.
She's like, no, I look great and young.
Yeah, when you look like you. I've never had a kid.
If you choose clothing that is more so gender specific to men, then you kind of gotta expect that from the general population
Sure.
of
Right.
people that are not exposed to gay lifestyle. You know
But
what I'm saying?
where is that?
We could tell a stud from maybe from behind. You
Right.
don't have to even see her face. You could just tell. Like, it might be man clothing, but you could just see the body and be like, oh, that's a girl.
The
Sure,
body, the
yeah,
body,
that's
we
true.
know.
Right.
the forced wall,
Right, but
That's like your personality to fit that stereotype then. Like, we're supposed to fit that stereotype because they feel like this is gender specific. Are we supposed to fit that? What if you don't want to do that shit?
No, we're supposed to. I think we're supposed to change. This is like we
You
have
just
to
gotta
move
do what you wanna
into
do and then
where
have it
people have to
affect.
open up their minds
Exactly.
and stop judging a book just by seeing someone.
Right.
You know, and I think it's definitely once you cut your hair off and when you have a short hair, it's automatic. You're a dude.
People are
It's
stupid.
automatic.
If you-
People are-
if
but
you
people are
see
stupid
somebody-
sometimes. You have a tank top on, no bra titties out. They'd be like, "Hey, sir,"
I know.
you know,
It's
like,
like,
come
really?
on, like,
if you
get
see
the
a
fuck
dress
outta
walking
here.
down the street,
That's
Yeah.
you gonna think it's a woman.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Not if I'm in West Hollywood, I know.
Yeah, like,
No, but I get offended because this happens to me a lot. Like when I have my hair short, because I'm like, I have double D's. What the fuck do you mean? I look like a man, so I look like a man with titties. Like I don't understand. I'm confused.
Yeah, man.
Not I have a feminine walk. I have a feminine voice. Although I've been
sometimes
told-
you can tell when somebody's just trying to be an asshole too. You
Sure.
know they fucking know.
Yeah.
Even a kid.
Yeah.
Like, you little
You know,
bastard.
badass kid.
You know what it is. But they just want to hear you say it. You know, shit happened to me
I
yesterday.
bet you get a lot with that voice, though.
Right. I didn't even know her voice was like that. I'm like, does it sound like that on the song? I'm like, she got that bass.
Is that bass good?
Yeah.
So speaking on, we'll keep with the masculinity topic. Somebody said, why do studs become hyper masculine? It's like they're trying to be something they're not.
Okay,
Why is
I
that?
have one comment to that.
Everything we start with Kenya.
Okay, the overly masculine thing, I have no problem with what you do. But the studs that are going on Instagram posting topless pictures, like you forget you have titties, I'm not okay with that.
The worst.
I'm like, that's a whole different level of objectification of women. And if you're gonna sit there and really go there, bandage, put pasties on or something, like put a white beater on, you can do it with no bra, but that hyper is getting a little bit too much with that.
Like you're not a man, put on something.
No, like you're a woman. Don't go on Facebook topless, being all thug, talking about yo.
Wait, are they showing their?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, you
Yes,
have like side
oh my God. Yes, like that they're going above
And they
and
be
beyond,
like,
and they're
no,
saying
and
they're so
they-
masculine that they can go on
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So,
Instagram
wait.
without a shirt on,
What the-
like they're
like
boys,
what?
and they're posing next to guys too. Like
Like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
I've
about.
seen that picture.
no, dude, I have
wait.
it
My
on my
homegirl
phone.
was in the Navy
I have
with
it on
that
my
shit.
phone.
So, but what? The titties are like a bad reminder to you that
No, it's not a bad reminder to me. What it's a question about taking masculinity a little bit too far and beyond. I think that falls within the same context.
Wait, what was the question?
Because if you
exactly?
think you're that
It
good,
was
when you
why
forget you have.
studs- Why do studs become hyper masculine? Like they're trying to be something they're not.
Because men are trying to be something that they're not.
But I think
So
I think
they mimic men.
Yeah,
But I
like
already
it's a
talked about
whole
that
group
part.
picture of a whole bunch of topless dudes
it's
and this one
overcompensation.
girl,
One at a time, please.
face
Oh,
and
yeah, I'm
everything,
sorry.
no top on. Sorry, what again?
Aisha.
Shit. I had a thought. I had a good one.
It's gone now.
Yep.
Brandy.
I think that some people may have identity crisis. You know, that's one. Other people just want to fit in. Some people want to just seem something that they're not, whatever it might be. You know, so.
Okay.
And also sometimes the girl is trying to please her girl. You know, she knows that this girl just wants the hardest witch that she can find. You know, and she may be trying to fit into, you know, an idea of, you know, what a stud is supposed to be. You know, so I think some people subscribe to that, and that adds to that over the top what we may think is over the top hyper masculinity coming from some girls that identify as studs.
I agree. Did you find your thought now?
Yeah, I got it.
Hold on.
Because you can't half step. You can't turn to a man and be old soft ass, so delicate ass motherfucker. You know, you gotta. You know, these men. In theory, I think that they think like. You know, take it as on the aesthetic question, like on the aesthetic flip of that, they turn into men and then they turn into supermen and big and buff and this, and I'm gonna be macho and this, and I'm gonna take out the trash and open the pickle jars and scratch my nuts in the morning and all. You know what I mean? Like real,
girls scratch down there. I hate that.
Yeah, they
You do
always
not
grab
have a penis.
them.
There's nothing to shift down there. Nothing is chafing you.
Oh, no,
Stop
to me
that.
that just means like dirtiness. Like
I've seen it. It's terrible.
But that's the thing. They, you know, even as when you look at men who turn to women, you know, they're very glamorous. They take all the really,
Yeah,
you know,
no
over
woman's
the
like
top,
that every day.
extreme.
the
Yeah.
over the top shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To really compensate for, you know, you wear a size 17,
yeah.
bruh. You know what I mean, girl? Like you're delicate. You
Yeah.
can't never be as, but you know, so they really kind of try to fill in those holes.
I never really thought about it that way because, you know, definitely drag queens are trying to be the ultra fit.
They're trying to be the ultimate woman.
They don't
right.
turn into, you know,
They're
Baby
Patti
from the Jet
LaBelle
Cash
every
and
day.
Lace.
Exactly.
But they turn to Beyonce.
But they're not walking around with their thing swinging, acting like it ain't there. That's like acting with your titties out, acting like they got it.
But think of a
They
man.
tuck it to look like a woman.
No, but you think of a man, and then you think of these drag queens. That is very dramatic. You know, regardless, just in general, if a drag queen is beat with sweats on going to the gym, that is anything outside of the masculine paradigm is dramatic. Especially if you're talking about men of color. Like, you know, if you're not, then you're a fag. You know what I mean? So it's like if you in the you know, one of my clients showed me a picture of him, and I didn't even know he was queer. And he was showing me pictures of him sneaking, ordering shoes off Shoegasm. You know what I mean? He was like, "Well, I'm gonna show you the shoes," but you know, and I'm like, "Well, show me the shoes." And he in the bathroom taking selfies of the shoes and shit because he don't want to go to the damn store. You know, it's just like, you know, if it ain't that, then it's all the way over, and it's fucked up. But
Stacey?
Personally, I don't understand. I mean, I have my own thoughts about it as to why they might, but I really don't understand.
Could you share the thoughts? That's kind of what we do here.
I mean, I don't want to, you know, put stuff out there that may be
don't wanna
like
be
totally
judgmental.
off. Yeah, but
It's going to be off to somebody. It might be on for another.
So opinion. Yeah.
I think Brandy mentioned it earlier, just overcompensating and trying to fit in. You know, I mean, and then some women like their, you know, studs to be hard. If they show any kind of like weaknesses or any softness or warmth, then they might as well go find another chick.
And then there's girls who like soft boys, like
Yeah.
me and Kane.
She's not soft.
I think that maybe sometimes it's a reason why they do it is because they spent their whole entire life being in a closet, not being who they are, that they finally get this chance to actually
That's true.
be the person that they've always envisioned and wanted to be, that they actually just, it goes into overdrive.
Lose it.
You know, and it's like, it goes to an extreme place where it's like, you see me world, I'm going to let you see who I am. And, it's going to turn some people off, and should they moderate? Yes. But I think that at the end of the day, you should always be who you are, be what you feel inside. If you feel like, because sometimes I may want to wear a dress, and I have no problem with that. But, it's not happening anytime soon. But it might happen at some point. But, you know what I mean? Just do what you feel, be your true self. If it turns people off, fuck it. Just do what feels good.
That's the key.
And lesbians
That's the
aren't
key.
exempt. They're not exempt to like the brainwashing, just how men see what they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Lesbians
yeah,
are watching that
exactly.
too.
Yeah.
And when they like, okay, I can live this lifestyle I want, that they see that image projected. Like, that's what a man is. Boom, I'm that.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I was a victim. It happened. I literally went from like being filmed, but I was like, this doesn't fit. So, when you grow up and there's not a lot of gay people, so like I went to school in Virginia. I'm in the South. It took me till my senior year to even find gay people on campus. I was taking straight people for 3.5 years. They were not fun years. That last semester was the bomb. but then it was kind of like you join this community and all you see are femmes and studs. So, and I didn't know I could be myself and just be in the middle or whatever the fuck I am. Like most people know me now, be like, you're just an Aaron. Like you're not a stud, you're not a femme, you're an Aaron. I'm like, thanks, I take that, I appreciate that. But so then I was like trying to fit in, so then I had cut my hair off, it was natural, it was like baggy pants, boxer, wife beater, sports bra, every day, like sports bra every color, wife beater every day. Like if you looked at my college pictures, you're like, who the fuck is that? And it wasn't until later where I came out where I was just like, okay, I can be this, I can be that, and I could do what I want to do. And it's funny though, because I still dated somebody and they told me once, Aaron, you're not thuggish enough for me. I said, thuggish?
No way.
See what I
I
said?
was like, bitch, I was never thuggish. I'm going for urban preppy. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? She was like, put this fitted on. I'm like, I don't wear fitteds. I wear paper boys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think, as a former victim, I just feel like sometimes we try to fit into society that what we see. And since what we see is not, always us or, people in the middle or people who are open to it, we try to, do that paradigm.
It's true.
A lot of people ask me why, like, I had moved to Atlanta for a bit, and they asked me why I didn't fit in, like, why I didn't stay there. I just felt like a fish out of water then. Like, now there's more androgynous people, but like in 05 when I was there, it was like femmes, and then the studs, I looked like my grandpappy. Like, they had on, like, button downs, they had on, like, Stacey Adams, and they were just looking at me. They didn't know what the fuck I was. I didn't know what the fuck they were. I was like, are you going to church at the club? I don't understand what's going on. Like, are you going straight from the club at 4 to church at 6? Like, what are you dressed for? So I was just like, Atlanta was not for me. I was like, because I didn't fit in like at all. I was like a fish out of water.
Oh no.
So
Can I
evidently,
answer the question?
oh no, I was gonna skip you. So, I'm sorry. What do you have to add to our hypermasculinity conversation?
I agree with everybody, but I think it also comes to insecurities. Like, if you're not secure in who you are, not that that's anybody's personal fault, but that's society's fault. But I think that if, dang, I lost that shit. It was because I know it was like this the Hennessy.
Her voice got that bass. They got the Hennessy bass.
I got the Henny bass.
It's about acceptance, though. Once you accept who you are, it doesn't really, matter. It doesn't really. That's all.
Okay. So our followers seem to be stuck on masculinity right now. So the next question, which I think we answered in season 1, but clearly we're gonna go back. So watch the older episodes before you see any questions, but we'll ask it again.
Oh, I'm scared.
Everything's for the
You got
studs.
a new panel, so you know.
All right, cool. New panel.
Yeah.
So the question was, how do you feel about women calling you daddy in the bedroom? Is it turn on, turn off, or not phased? Daddy Stacy? No. You was laughing. I thought you was doing some good time.
Nah, start with Savannah.
Do you like when they call you daddy in the bedroom?
No, she likes to call them daddy.
Thank you.
Right, she gets
I think
off
that
on
shit's a fucking turn on. I love that shit.
Wait,
Why
so
not?
for you, somebody calling you daddy?
If someone call me daddy.
Nah, that's
I
you
still
wanna
might
call-
turn around and slap the ass, but I mean, I like it when I do that shit. To me, that's a turn on. Like,
But why do you want to call a girl daddy?
Because
what is
it's,
that
it's
about?
about it's about a dominance thing. It's not about male female. It's about dominance. Like,
But daddy is a term that you call a man, though, you know?
see, but you're taking it as male and female. You can take it as dominance, aggressiveness. It's not about.
If you call me daddy, I'm immediately gonna think about my dad. I'm like, gross. Ew. What's happening? Please, God, call me
Girl, it's about,
something
an
else other than
aggressive
fucking
thing.
daddy. Ew.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
don't
so
do
what
it.
do you like to be called?
Aisha,
Baby?
Ish, A.
No, we need some more section.
In bed, they call you Aisha.
Thank
I
you.
don't
Like,
know. If they
that's
concentrate on
boring.
your whole
Aisha.
name.
What else?
Something is wrong. Thank you, Aisha. This is pleasurable. No, I don't know. Just not daddy. I'm gonna think about my dad. Real life.
Yeah, I feel the same
Kenya,
way with
that's
that. I
interesting.
completely agree. I feel like, especially in English, like daddy, I don't know, it just sounds like.
So,
you do,
what about
I
puppy?
don't, well, that's the thing.
That's the same
I don't
thing,
like
Spanish
doing
and
papi,
English.
but it's just, everything sounds better in Spanish. So if you go mommy, if you go papi, it just sounds better. But like daddy, like, no. I just feel dirty.
Perverted.
Makes me feel dirty
Yeah.
and bad. I don't like it.
Don't like it.
I wouldn't call it
Like,
that.
I feel wrong.
like it,
don't
Savannah.
like
We don't
anyone calling
like
me
it.
that. I think it's perverted, and it's not turned
Whatever
off to me.
suits your own.
I don't understand it.
Uza?
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not your father, so do not call me daddy. I just don't like. I find it very. I think of my father also. So yeah.
Brandy?
To me, it's just awkward. I
Y'all
don't-
y'all ain't on this shit.
I love your ball, honey. It's
Yeah, because
okay.
I'm
It's
not trying to be a man, so I don't want to be called daddy.
No, I
I
like
wanna
You
be-
take
but
it
I
too
wanna-
literal.
I don't want
It's
to be
just a
called mommy
sexual
either. Just
Yeah, that either. I
say my
don't.
name.
She's like, I don't
That's
know
all.
family members' name. No family members.
Say my name. That's enough.
Call me my homegirl's name. Don't call me daddy. Shit, anything but daddy. Possum. Just anything.
Because really though, it makes me
I
think
know, that
like
depends on how
if you
it's
want to
said,
say that to me, it really makes my mind go further to thinking like you really want to do, kind of like.
Oh, okay.
She's digging.
So you went a little deep. I was gonna say you went a little deeper.
Yeah, it only happened to me like once, and it
Tell
was
me to get your
like
coochie
you
wet.
liked it.
Tell me to understand.
I did not like it at all. It was so weird.
Oh,
Number
you,
one,
Savannah.
I didn't know her like that. My bad. But she was like, and it was a few things. The whole sentence was fucked up. Sentence was,
There's always more than one.
she said, "Do it like it's yours, daddy. Like it's yours, and daddy." Like all of that was wrong. She
Like
said,
it's yours.
Right, like it's
It's
yours.
not yours.
And she said,
But
"Daddy."
if
And
it's
I,
daddy, it is his. Ew. See? You see how that goes awry? Oh.
and then
No
she
daddy talk.
And she just kept saying it, and I almost just laughed, like in the middle. Like I couldn't even help it. And I'm looking at her like, you got A's, I got double D's. Who are you calling daddy? Like, what does your daddy look like? That's where my mind went.
Oh my God.
Because I'm like,
Can you
as soon as your
imagine?
bra drops, your curves drop. So I'm just already confused.
Ew, okay, now
and then
what
you call me daddy.
now
Now
what
I'm
if you look like the
confused.
daddy
That's
somehow,
not
and then you look like the daddy? Do you feel weird? Is she calling you daddy and you actually look like this motherfucker?
You know, they do
Oh,
say
that
that
would
most
creep me
women
out.
try
Date
to
their
date
fathers
someone
and
who's like
personality. I hope not
All that
aesthetic.
bullshit aside, daddy's sexy. Do that shit.
Why your leg gotta go? Be
I gotta
every time it went up every time.
I can't.
It's happened. I've never like stopped it, but in my
It's
mind, in my
definitely
mind,
happened.
Stop for a
Yeah.
second and think
I
about
might
it.
be, I might be hitting it like, why are you? I don't want to hear
Oh
that.
no, you're not gonna have nothing in the middle of it.
Happened,
I
I
know.
didn't like it. It happened,
No.
didn't like it.
I didn't
So,
like it.
Notes to films out there who are thinking everybody loves it. I think what is that? Like 4 out of 5 dentists don't recommend it.
But if you like it, own it.
So clearly we're staying in the bedroom. So the next question was, has anyone ever walked in on you having sex and what did you do?
Shit.
Kept
Damn.
going.
I was like, unfortunately not. That would be
Stacey?
No, I don't think so.
Never?
No, but I believe that I've had activities in a room with people sleeping.
Oh, they walk in. They were pretending to sleep. They were like, she thought they were sleeping. They were
so
like,
much
I got this on
room for
video.
activities.
Aisha?
Like I said, unfortunately not. I think that would be great if somebody
it?
walked in. It would just be kind of embarrassing, but kind of sexy at the same time. Depending on who it is.
Depends on who it is.
Dad, I don't want you to walk in.
Oh, no, that's
Daddy.
disgusting.
I don't
You
even
say daddy.
share mine.
I don't know. I'll share mine. You share yours. I know mine is worse.
Does daddy work there?
Okay. So I didn't want to share mine. Damn it. Okay, so my mom walked. Okay, so
You got caught?
I came out a long time when I was 14. So
All right.
my mom walked mom walked in on me with one of my exes.
Oh no.
While my little brother was playing Xbox in the room. And you know my mom's Dominican. She started screaming, acting like it was a funeral, throwing herself on the floor. She got up, dragged that girl by her hair, smacked me, threw holy water on me, and called me father.
Oh no.
Then started praying, then called the church group up. Girl, no.
Did it burn?
Oh, shit.
Holy water?
My mother.
Was she Catholic?
My
She
mom.
I don't know nothing about that.
No, you don't got a Spanish mama from Washington Heights.
I do not have a Spanish mom at all.
Yeah. No,
Spanish
they's
mom's
extra
scared right
dramatic with Spanish people, I swear. Yeah, she got a little too much. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant
Got
at
an
all.
eye full. Right?
But the girl called me back.
She did. You were doing something before that.
She did that
Exciting.
You
Very
were calling her
exciting.
daddy.
That's never happened to me. I consider myself to be pretty careful and discreet. You know, when I'm about to get in that mode. There's been scenarios where, you know, not caught, but probably some voyeurism going on in the room, you know, when I was back in the day when I was younger. And maybe like almost coming close to getting caught, you know, maybe like in a car somewhere and like, oh, some people coming, you know, but never just busted. Nah.
What's the question?
Just like in your bedrooms, has anyone ever walked in on you having sex, and what did you do?
Oh no, I don't even put myself in that position. That's I'm afraid of that. Like
Yeah, it's like
if
a
you're in
nightmare.
that moment and you feeling that shit, that's the last thing you need is moms to come walking in. Like I can't. That will kill my whole shit.
I was
No.
14.
Yeah.
Well, you were still at home, you'd have no choice.
Right.
Fast, fast.
Yeah, it's
Mother
never
went to
happened to
Chelsea,
me.
you a gay.
I've never been in that situation.
Yeah, well, you know, what had happened was
You gotta share yours because I share mine.
unlike Brandy, she like said she likes to be in her own personal space. My thing is, you never know if people gonna be stalkers till after you fuck with them. So I would prefer to be in your space and not my space. Like I don't need you to know where I
that's
live.
true. That's true though.
Soon, you know. So this girl I went out with, and then you know we walked into her house, and she had spoke to somebody. I didn't know who it was, but it was like 5 a.m. I didn't really care. So she spoke to somebody. I think I saw something on the couch. So then we went and we did what we were gonna do. And then right when we finished, so I don't know if it was walked in during, but like literally right when we finished, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get out of here and not have to cuddle. Literally trying to run out of there. I hear a knock on the door. Your company needs to leave. I was like,
no.
what just happened? This girl pops up out of bed, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Pops up out of bed. It is her mother. She lives with her mother. She was 30, so it wasn't even, I didn't know.
You didn't even think that.
She didn't tell, no. Like,
Right.
you know, warn a nigga. That's all I'm saying. Can I get a warning?
So you didn't get caught, they just knocked on the door.
No, but here's the
But
thing.
she heard it.
She
Obviously.
literally
She said that.
walked in when we finished. So
Oh,
I'm
she-
like, were you listening
She
for
heard
the
it. She
sound
heard
to
it.
stop?
Okay.
Or what were you doing that you knew the exact moment to knock on the door and not, you know what I mean?
That stresses me out.
So you gotta get that
Then the
good
girl
hotel.
got all upset
Yeah,
and she
the
was
young
like, Mom,
Momo.
this is so embarrassing. And she was like, you know, my sister fucks people on the couch. You don't say nothing. But I bring one girl home. I
Okay,
had,
mine is not
That's
bad.
all
right.
You're dramatic. Like
She
you said.
mad, packed up her weed, was like, smoke with me. I'm like, I don't smoke, bitch. I gotta go. Like, your mom said, come, we gotta leave. I'm
Aaron,
gotta get
you-
my shit.
You got the stories.
I know. I thought mine was bad.
Aaron's
You
a
got the
player.
stories.
You got the
I
stories.
thought mine was
I've
bad.
just lived
Definitely
an
a player
interesting
then.
life. Things happen.
I see that.
Unfortunately. And I got some good stand up out of it, though. She's been, yeah. If you ever watch my joke CD, it's great. So, anyway, that is the end of this episode. We thank you guys for all your questions. And maybe if we could get some that aren't just film stud related, if we get some that involve all gay people, that'd be great. So again, send your questions to info@thelezfactor.com or on our Instagram inbox or on Facebook. Join us next time.
I can't take them. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to play the villain. I'ma keep this A, I keep this shit a million. I must admit we lost the love and feeling. Now you want that old thing back. Adios, bye-bye. Sayonara. Arrivederci. Don't ask why, didn't mean to hurt.